Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to talk about that something is brewing over at Palantir. We have gotten the third shareholder letter from Alex Karps in the last 3 weeks or something. He doesn't usually send out all these shareholder letters, and he talked about them releasing a new AIP platform. Then he talked about Palantir potentially becoming eligible later for the S&P 500 inclusion. And now we are again having a shareholder letter about AIP, and we are going to go through it. But there is something weird. The stock price has been falling like all of the stock market, but maybe it is because the market anticipates that the earnings are going to be very bad that come out on the 8th of May. And I think that this is very, very weird for many reasons, and I'm gonna go into it towards the end of the video, and I will give a little bit of an earnings preview, but I'm going to do a separate dedicated video about this subject. So let's get into this video, and as always, please make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. And I want to meet you up on Twitter, so hit me up at Vince is Bullish, and it's in the description box below. Here we go. We will be making our artificial intelligence platform AIP available to an initial group of customers in the coming weeks. I'm going to try to get inside info on this for you guys. The platform allows companies and government agencies to harness the power of the latest large language models by adapting their natural language processing capabilities for use with privately held and structured data sets. A first look at the platform in action in the government and commercial context can be found here. Yeah, I did videos about both, but you can watch them if you want to. By the way, the interesting thing is that the ChatGPT is being charged by the platforms, by Quora, I think it was also Pinterest, if I remember well, to be able to use their data set to train their AI. And as I have been saying, the large language model in itself is not the thing. The thing is really the data that goes into this, and the people who have the unique data set, they are the rulers here that are going to win. And I saw a funny tweet on Twitter that basically you give your data for free to Palantir and then you pay to be able to use that data. And yeah, that's actually what happens. But hey, even with ChatGPT, when they have to pay to train ChatGPT, then you still end up paying that with the monthly fee. So same shit, different story. The demand that we are seeing from the market for this new platform reflects the depth and of the unmet need within institutions for intelligent and effective enterprise software. Every large organization in the world is currently attempting to understand how it can leverage the capabilities of large language models in a way that is consistent with the regulatory and legal regimes that govern their use, as well as our collective values. We are working towards a broader release of the software and will be accelerating our timelines significantly. Alex Karps. So tell me if I'm wrong, but what I read here is that they are getting crazy demand, and because of this crazy demand, they are accelerating the release of a new product that looks crazy good already. And this is why this whole stock thing is so weird. I looked into their projections again, and their guidance for Q1 was horrible. We are supposed to be investing in a growth company, and you see that in the fourth quarter they did 508 million, yet for Q1 they're guiding for 503 to 507 million. That is a retraction. That is not growing, that is going backwards, right? Then almost the same thing on adjusted operating income. So net income was 95 million in the last quarter, and they are, best case scenario, they have 95 million. And these things should be calculated into the price. Now, if Palantir cannot even deliver on these numbers or beat these numbers, then I think that we really start to be in trouble, and they better have a very good reason for it. And I don't necessarily understand why the market thinks that they are going to underdo these numbers, because there's so many tailwinds now for Palantir. One of them is because of how the bookkeeping is done, they were punished with all the SPAC investments that they have done. But all these SPAC investments I think are higher than they were in January, because the market has lifted, and that should give them a nice boost in the bookkeeping, right? Then they have a huge cash reserve that it looks like they invested into marketable securities and short-term government bonds. So the marketable securities are the short-term government bonds, and just that will give them, I did the calculation in another video, but I think it was like $60 million this quarter, which also directly helps them with being GAAP profitable this quarter. And why it doesn't make sense to me if this quarter would be so bad that they are coming out with, like we might be included in the S&P 500, and that they're coming up with letters that, we're seeing so much demand, and we are developing a product faster. Unless they are doing this because the quarter is really sucking and they really want people to not focus on this quarter but focus on the future. I don't know. All I know is I think that they're doing very good. I'm very excited about this new product. I think it was very amazing when they demoed this product, both the government and the business use case, and how it was working. I was really, really amazed by it. And I think that this will very much speed up the adoption of Palantir, and also the use cases, because now you don't need coding or programming or very extensive training to be able to use this software, because you can just chat with it through the large language models. And Palantir is the only company that I know that is out on the market, not the large language models, because as I said, like there's a lot of GTPs that can do large language model. Palantir is the only one where you can securely give it your data, and you have transparency, controls, there's morals built into the system, and so forth and so forth. So they are poised really, really well on this race, and I can't wait to hear guidance from them. And the most important thing I think in this earnings that I want to see is not even necessarily the numbers. So to be honest, I don't care if instead of 507 they come in with 511 or 504. It doesn't make a lot of difference, but I want to know like what's happening with them getting new customers, what's the lead times, what do they think the numbers are going to be on this new AIP platform? Because you have to remember that Foundry is almost $1 billion platform now, and maybe they have also crossed $1 billion. And that's kind of a new product. Gotham is also $1 billion product, and is like, what do they see? Is this like a new multi-billion dollar product? Probably it is, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, right? So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think is going on with Palantir, and what is your earnings expectations, and what do you plan to do in case something happens. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to connect with you on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.